Welcome once again to the Sage. Thank you for continuing to be with us. Thank you for the exciting journey we've been taking with you, but particularly within the last few episodes, we have, with you, reviewed, reflected, described our Entrepreneurship Fellowship Program for young entrepreneurs. It's a program we're passionate about, a program we're so proud of, because it has demonstrated remarkable results. We are indeed privileged to be able to say that we have many young entrepreneurs who's gone through the program and who are doing so well despite the severe situations in our country today. We are so confident and proud of this program that we decided to share. We decided to describe it in as much detail as we could, in the hope that others would replicate and therefore join us in producing young entrepreneurs who can better themselves, make a good living for themselves, who will indeed be the backbone of the economy of our country. Yes, because any country's economy depends on the success or not of the SMEs, the small and medium scale enterprises in that country. No project could be more important. And so in those past episodes, we described the elements of the program, the preliminary ones. We talked about the interview process. We talked about the first capacity building workshop. We talked about the internship. They compulsorily go through the feasibility study they do. And today, we're poised to share again with you a very important element of the program. The second capacity building workshop, so crucial in the flow of events, which serves to further reinforce and build their capacity. So stay with us. It's going to be exciting. We will have some of them come on set to talk about their experience, so you can't afford to miss it. Stay with us. We'll see you in the next segment. Welcome once again to the Sage, and thank you for being with us. Wow, in this segment, I had talked about the second capacity building workshop, but I have brought you some of the jewels from that workshop, from the fellowship program, to discuss their experience of the program themselves, of that particular workshop. And I have two beautiful, beautiful young ladies on set. Let me start with this lady nearest to me, Moni Oluwa Ajibulu, who happens to be the class prefect for the 2021 set. She's a wonderful young lady. Yeah, Moni, welcome to the set.
Thank you, Mom. Thanks for having me.
And certainly not less than any class prefect is Yemisi Mike Fowo Where.
Yes,
That one I can't resist. Fowo Where, you know, I know I speak Yoruba myself, and I know that means take money bath. I told her, and she got married, right?
Yes,
during the fellowship.
Yes.
And changed and acquired this very rich name. And I have told her that that's a woe we will all wash in it. And it will come to the fellowship program. It will come to the many, many young fellows. And these are amazing young entrepreneurs, you people included, and the ones to come in future will follow well.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you so much, ma.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for both of you for being with us. And thank you for being here to share so that our viewers actually hear from the horse's mouth and understand what this capacity building workshop did for you and for your businesses. Because it's one thing for me to describe, it's another thing for the people themselves to actually talk about it.
Of course.
So you haven't forgotten the experience, have you?
Not at all.
So let me start. Let me give honor. Let me start with my class prefect, Moi, and say for you, let's start with the topics discussed in and so on during the workshop. For you, which ones stand out? What was your experience?
For me, is the HR.
Okay, the human resource aspect.
Yes. The man explained a lot of things, and I was like, wow. Especially the emotional intelligence.
Okay.
So we were taught how to relate with our customers, with our staffs. We need to understand them. We need to understand their emotions. A lot of us, we just handle them anyhow. Even our customers, sometimes you get angry with them. So he taught us when we should be angry, when we should not be angry. So a customer may treat you badly, and the Moi in me may want to react, but the businesswoman in me will tell me this is not the right time to react.
Okay.
Yes, then also the staffs. There are a lot of them that may be going through some emotional issues and the rest, and we may not even pay attention to them. We still want them to work and produce at the same time. So, but he taught us how to understand their emotions. That got to me. Yeah, the second one for me is the regulatory bodies that I saw them in persons. They came by themselves to teach us. They talked about the NAFDAC people came by themselves. Told us my product, like my product is consumable, something you eat, so you must.
What is your product? Tell.
Cake. I make cakes, chin.
Moi makes the most beautiful cakes ever.
Fluffy and
will
moist.
get to see her more later.
Yes. So they came by themselves to tell us more about NAFDAC. How to get. They even gave us number how to get in touch with them. That's something very, very rare. That someone will give you a number to get in touch with them in case if you need them.
I am particularly pleased with some of these things you have said, because what we have been trying hard to do in C4C is exactly what you have just described, to establish a connection to these statutory bodies. And for you to say that they actually gave you their numbers, which I must admit, sometimes I didn't even know, is music to my ears. Yes. Because that was it. That is what we hoped to achieve. Not just giving you knowledge, but connecting you so that you're able to be easily supported as you try to do the right thing and to structure your business properly.
Yes.
Great. What about you, Yemisi?
Okay, for me, you see, the finance part, it was something else, because before C4C, I would just sell, then my profit, I use it to, keep my body and soul together sometimes. Then other times I put back into the business. It's not like, but since C4C came, since that, we had it in the first capacity building, and then the second one, as in, it was like an eye-opener again, because we went for internship. So let me say, other stuff, things happened and all, but the second part really opened my eyes to it, and it was wow. Now I have my daily record. I record on a daily basis what I make, the things I bought, my expenses and all.
And what is it that you make? What is it?
I make shoes.
Another shoemaker. Okay.
I make bags, I make earrings, fashion accessories, belts, etc. Anything fashion at all.
Great.
And they are handmade, quality.
Of course, we don't tolerate anything that is not quality.
Of course. Yeah, so that finance part is something for me, and in fact that's the highlight of the whole training for me, and I'm grateful that C4C came my way, because now I have the records for my business. I can measure my growth, and that's a big deal for me. And then secondly, the branding and networking. I mean, a business does not exist without proper branding. The logo, I just chose my colors because I like red. So I just said red is my color, you know. So they taught us, the facilitator taught us the different meaning of colors. You can't just choose colors. It has to go with what you do. You know, they taught us logo colors and all. And then networking, you have to be able to network with other people. You don't just do, business is not just for yourself. It's not just you alone. Although you are the one running the business, but the business is not all about you. There are customers, your staff, and other people involved. So you have to be able to network with even other business and then do something together. So C4C, the training, that second training was off the hook for me. Really.
In fact, they're talking so authoritatively. I'm beginning to learn from them. Isn't it amazing? You know, I was reading something this morning as I was before the show, and that said the messenger cannot be greater than the person who was sent in. But I think that Bible passage is wrong. Our pupils have become better at it than we have, because you are so beautifully convincing, and you speak with confidence and assurance that shows that it's not just that you were taught and learned, you have practiced it, and you see, and you are convinced. So absolutely beautiful. Thank you for being such great fellows. And even as we urge other our audience watching, other young people who could potentially go through the experience you have, to please do so. Because like I had said at the beginning, successful enterprise is the future of the country.
Of course.
And it will solve so many of our problems. If young people are usefully engaged, practicing their business, creating jobs for others, earning and so on, it affects every other thing in life. Crimes would reduce, poverty would reduce, we will be happier people, our children would be better supported. I could go on and on. I mean, it's obvious, but it underlies so many things in life. So thank you, both of you, for sharing that. And I'm going to move on to another aspect of it, which is the grand finale of that workshop. The pitching. I am hoping that we have turned you into ambitious young entrepreneurs, poised and ready as opportunity presents itself, to pitch and to mobilize resources to sustain and expand your business. Let's share. Can you share some of your experience? What was it for you? You know, what was the experience in preparing for the pitching session, and so on and so forth, in presenting your business plan? Yeah.
It was fun. It was actually fun. As for when we started, where I was hooked at the financial projection, but the C4C team helped us. They made sure we understood it very well during the second building, the capacity building workshop. And I don't want to call names because they are here, but they tried their best. And now I can lecture on business plan. One of our fellow called yesterday, and I told her, I'm sorry, I can't pick your call because I'm lecturing somewhere on business plan. When did I just finish one? I presented how many months ago, but now I understand it very well.
Ah, that's great. That's great.
Every aspect of our business, both the short term, the long term, even the financial aspect, financial projection. From there, I heard something like a unique proposition, and the rest. I was like, what is a unique proposition? But from there, we all know the meaning of that. It was an eye opening, and this presentation was sweet. We enjoyed it. I enjoyed presenting. Like, it's my business. This is the plan. And as I was, if you hear it, you will believe it. That, okay, this is what this lady wants to do. This is what she's doing.
Yeah. It couldn't have been said better. I think that is beautiful. What you radiate as you talk is a true ownership of your business. An in-depth understanding of it now. That is so strong, it would convince anybody listening to you. And now you say you're even a lecturer on it yourself.
Business plan, yes. Even the financial projection, I thought I would not understand.
Yeah, that is so wonderful. What about you, Yemisi?
Okay. Normally, I'm a very shy person. Yes. So when it was time for business plan, when it was time for pitching, like I was like, how will I stand in front of people to talk about my business? It's my business, yes. I know what to say, but talking, facing the crowd was really serious. Okay, so I did it. We were taught, like she said, we were taught value proposition. In fact, that was the first time I heard anything about value proposition. Like value proposition, my tagline, you know, logo and every other thing. And I stood there and I did it. I was like, wow, say clap for yourself. You actually did this thing. You know, and the knowledge. And mommy, I need to tell you, because of the business plan registration and all, I applied for a grant. And I was selected.
Wow.
Yes. It's also a process, like Steve was
yes.
saying. So we are just at the process. I think it's about 6 months or thereabouts. So because I was able to convince them that, okay, see what I do. You know, if you don't sound convincing, people just, this one is just doing, does not even know what you're doing. Because I was in that state. I didn't know. I just started business. I had no knowledge about feasibility study, market survey, nothing like that. I was just doing my business. I was posting and hoping people would buy. I didn't know my target market, you know. But now I know all those things. I know who to sell my market to. I know who to talk to because I make shoes. And when they say, okay, who do you think your target market is? I'll just, based on the English, target market, I'll just, okay, everybody. But actually, everybody put on shoes. But children, they don't have the money to buy shoes. So I don't go talk to children about shoes. I go talk to their parents.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? So that's the business plan and everything. It really opened my eyes to a lot of things, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you, C4C.
You know, each time the two fellows talk, I am in awe myself. They're now teaching me. Thank you. You don't know how happy you make me. Because there's nothing like confirming that what you hoped to do, you really did. So while yes, this was not in any way choreographed, this is the first time I'm hearing your detailed feedback like this, but it's giving me a great deal of joy because I think both of you have demonstrated that we even achieved more than we had hoped to achieve. And for me, as a mother, I will say, may the good Lord bless you. May He reward the work of your hands always and prosper you like we hope and dream for you. Yeah. So it's so wonderful. We're so happy to hear it. And we know that you will always know that growth and expansion is the way to go. Because you have it, you're capable of doing it. You have the education, the intelligence, the hard work, the integrity, and you also have a community and a country that you need to deliver to, if you know what I mean. Because it's not just about you, as important as you are, because we think Moni and Yemisi are very important. That's the starting place. I always say that. If you as a human being don't value yourself, then there's, you start by valuing yourself, but you also recognize that we are all part of an entity and that you need to contribute positively to your society and to your country. Wow, it's been a lovely, lovely session talking to both of you. And as we wind up, can I ask both of you to turn to the camera and to our audience and say a few last words that you want them to take away with as coming from you?
Okay, my last word would be to my entrepreneurs out there. Before going to business, please know what you want to do. Know what you want to do. There's no laziness in business. You must be hardworking. Hardworking, then integrity. Don't lie. Don't lie to your customers. Don't lie to people. Integrity, then excellent. Be good at what you want to do. If you want to be a baker, make sure you are good. Go for the training. Be good at what you do. Thank you.
Wow, wow. Isn't that lovely? Excellence, integrity, truthfulness. Be good. Make sure you know what you're doing. Yeah. Thank you, sweetheart. That is wonderful.
Thank you.
Let me see.
Okay, she has really said.
She said it. It's all right. Repeat it.
Okay. For a business person, please and please don't go into business without knowing what exactly you're doing. Don't. Because that happened to me, and I would tell everybody I see, like, you're going into business, please sit down. Do your survey, target market, do everything. Like, be sure you are ready before you start. Don't just start and hope people will come and buy, please. And then again, I'll talk about customer service. You don't treat your customer anyhow, please. Just, we are not all the same. Some people will act in a way that don't just overlook. If there's something you can overlook, please do overlook and treat your customer well, because without your customer, your business won't run. You won't get anybody to buy. And if you lose one customer, if you treat one customer badly, you are treating like about 10 other customers badly, because that person will definitely talk about your business to the other person, and that way you lose so many people. So treat your customers nicely. Thank you.
Such words of wisdom. Thank you so much, Yemisi. How we treat our customers is so important, and I'm happy you also brought that out. And I am glowing with pride. I think both of you have been wonderful, and I am very, very confident about your business and the fact that it will continue to grow. And so, as we wind up, as we say, for this episode, and ask you not to forget to join us next week, let me say again that our primary purpose for doing these few episodes that we've done recently is because these skills need to be imparted for people to actually be efficient at running their businesses. I am proud to say that the success rate for our fellows who've gone through C4C, has moved from the usual 25% to 30% to about 80%, 85%. So what I'm saying is that the fellows that go through us, learning all these things, have significantly improved their chances and ability to run those businesses effectively, despite the challenges that continue to remain, not just in Nigeria, but all over the world. So as they have told you themselves, understand what it is to manage a business, learn the importance of ethical aspects of it, and then embark on it, ready to work hard, ready to persevere, ready to give it your best. Thank you all for having been with us. We will have 1 or 2 episodes more that conclude the in-depth look at our fellowship program. My sincere thanks once again to my wonderful young fellows who have come to be with us and share their experience. Join us next week. Don't miss it.